Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yadkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayiniim Amba Twam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. We'll chant shlokas 3, 4 and 5 of chapter 3 together. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Lokesmin Dvividha Nishtha Pura Prokta Maya Nagha Jnana Yogena Karma Yogena Yoginam Na Karmanam Anarambhat Naishkarmyam Purushosnute Na Cha Sanyasanadeva Siddhim Samadhigacchati Nahi Kaschit Kshanamapi Jatu Tishthatya Karma Krita Karyate Hyavashah Karma Sarvah Prakriti Jair Gunaihi. Arjuna, in the beginning of this chapter, asked this question as to why Bhagavan was pushing him into a terrible action of this war when he himself praised knowledge as compared to action. And he also mentioned that whatever Bhagavan said was a little confusing. He was not able to decide at this juncture and requested that Bhagavan, you only decide what is good for me and tell me conclusively. So as a reply to this, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Bhagavan said that yes, these two paths, this is a twofold path of knowledge and action. It is available. However, for a beginner, it is only the path of knowledge that is available, and for an advanced seeker, it is only the path of the path of action is available for a beginner, and for an advanced seeker, only the path of knowledge is available. As per our stature in life, the path is available. So having said this much, he also went ahead and said, the goal of life is to reach a state where nothing needs to be done. That is a state of perfection, that is a state of actionlessness. And that also is achieved only by performance of action. He also said that there is no option available for non-performance of anything, because not even a moment can be spent without performing any action. So what is action? We saw that which tires us, doing which we get tired. And there is no moment where we are not performing some or the other action. Even sitting, sleeping, everything is tiring. So, This was the last point that we saw, that we have to act. Why not be wise? We have to put in effort. Why not we put in effort in the right direction, so that we are able to reap the benefit of that state of actionlessness. So act we must. Let's be wise. So the important point is, Bhagavad Gita is only teaching us to be wise, and it is not advocating any specific action. Here also, Bhagavan is asking Arjuna to fight because that is his duty at this moment. If Arjuna was a king at that time, he would have said, rule your kingdom properly. That would have been your duty. If Arjuna was taking care of his brothers, then he would have said, serve your brothers properly. That is your action. So, whatever is my duty, I perform my duty to the best of my ability, and that is what here Bhagavad Gita is advocating. Be wise. Now, after that, further going ahead, here Bhagavan is giving us, painting a picture of two types of people. And these two pictures are not of two different people, but sometimes we only have these two faces. So here he is talking about one particular type of person, the verse number 6. We shall read, please repeat. कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा इन्द्रियार्थान् मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते. Saying, if somebody listens to this and says that no, it is, I still can choose to be without any action. And how? See, I have just withdrawn all my organs of action. I shall not see, I shall not hear, I shall not smell, I shall not move my hands, legs. I will be still. Then what about that? See, karmendriyani sanyamya. He withdraws all his organs of action. He doesn't speak anything, he doesn't respond, he doesn't initiate any communication. He is completely still, sitting. So this is meditation. So we all like that, sitting here, eyes closed and dhyan mein baithe. Okay. But what is happening inside, that nobody else knows, only we know. Manasa smaran. And the mind is remembering. What? Indriyarthan. He is remembering the objects of the world, objects of the senses. So one who is from outside sitting still, but inside is remembering the objects of the senses, remembering about indulgence, remembering about past experiences, or imagining about future possible such experiences, the joy that one may get out of the interaction of the sense and the objects of the senses. If a person is constantly thinking about all these indulgences, even if that person has withdrawn all his organs of action and sitting still, such a person, here is saying, Midhyacharasya uchyate sah vimudhatma. Vimudhatma, Vimudha is, Mudha means fool. Vimudha means the, highest possible degree, or, whatever highest one can attain in foolishness. Mithya. Now, Vimudhatma, now fool, we may not understand fool properly, but for our practical understanding, fool means ignorant person. Doesn't know what is right, doesn't understand oneself also properly. And fool does not mean a person who is, as we understand that, he's doing things which are beyond, opposed to logic or anybody understand. Not just that, even that person is harming oneself. That is a Vimudhatma here. There's so much of ignorance. You're sitting still, you think that you have controlled all your action, you are in an actionless state, but the mind is constantly engaged in thinking about, dreaming about, imagining about, remembering all these objects of indulgence. Then it is Vimudhatma. It's an ignorant person. He is not able to understand that this is not actionlessness. This is not what Gita wants us to do. Mithyacharasya uchyate, he is actually cheating. From the world standpoint, he is a hypocrite. Means he is acting, he is thinking, he is showing off as though he is, but complete hypocrisy. Actually, he is not what he is appearing to be. That is from the external world. Mithyachara for oneself, what is it? Mithyachara means he is steeped in ignorance and in wrong notions. He is not living the right life. He is not living an honest life to himself. Because no spiritual seeker can cheat anybody in the world except oneself. We ourselves only will get cheated. So there is nobody else who is getting cheated by this. So this is not something wise that I show off to people that I am doing a lot of sadhana and I am sitting still and I am not engaged in any action. But then this action is going on. That is what in the second chapter Bhagwan said, that one may stop indulging in pleasures. The pleasures may go away. वो छोड़ देते हैं हमको. But that rasa stays back. Vishayaha vinivartante niraharasya dehinah. Rasavarjam. That rasa remains. That joy that I have experienced or I wish to experience, I find a possibility of experiencing, and that joy will make me imagine and prepare and think about all these pleasures only, even if I appear for the world that I am sitting still. So this is hypocrisy. This is foolishness, because I am cheating myself. Nobody is getting impressed by me. Even if they get impressed, it is not going to affect them. I am going to get affected because I start feeling that I am living a great life. We may have the capacity to sit still, and that is a separate capacity. It has nothing to do with meditation. This is called asana. So I know how to sit still. So I sit. Asana siddhi it is called. That I have the ability to sit still. So this ability, sometimes I cheat myself with it. And I sit with my eyes closed. I feel, for long hours I'm able to sit. But what is happening inside when I'm sitting? Bhagwan is saying, if constantly the thoughts of sense pleasures only is coming, or any worldly thoughts are only coming, then it is actually cheating oneself. कोई साधक औरों को धोखा दे ही नहीं सकता, अपने आप को ही देता है. So this is a picture painted to make us understand that Bhagwan does not want us to just sit straight and still. It is not the physical stillness that is being advocated by Gita. In fact, Arjuna wanted to do that only. And often we also want to do that. I don't want to do anything. What? I just want to meditate. That is why many people, they ask, what do you do there in the ashram? There, Bhagavad Gita class. Oh, Bhagavad Gita. Do you teach meditation? Why? Because in Bhagavad Gita class, you have to listen, you have to process, you have to understand, you have to think. Bhagwan is not spoon feeding everything. He gives us a lot of data to think about, internalize all that and transform, live life accordingly. It takes effort. And I say, do you have meditation? Okay, what do you mean by meditation? What do you understand by meditation? I just want to just sit. Why? Not too much of stress and all. I want to leave everything and just come in your ashram and just sit peacefully. I want peace of mind. The point is, meditation is not a means for peace of mind. Peace of mind is a prerequisite for meditation to happen. So how can we attain peace of mind? Karma yoga. It is only by action peace is attained, and with peace meditation is possible at some time. So peace is not the effect of meditation, it is a requirement for meditation. So here he is saying mithyachara. It is mithyachara means I am myself keeping myself away from all spiritual progress and possibilities. So I feel as though I am doing something. I feel I am progressing. I feel I am following what is being said here, but still I am not doing. There are two things. One is, okay, am I attaining that knowledge and that state of realization or actionlessness? No. Second, but am I completing the tasks to be done? No. So double loss. People who are working, at least the tasks are getting completed. The to-do list is getting lesser and lesser. Here, this is also not happening, and the knowledge has not been attained yet because I am not yet fit for that. So both ways, I am at a loss. So that is why it's a double loss. That is why he is saying Vimudhatma Mithyacharasya Uchyate. So there is bondage, more and more bondage, because more and more to-do list coming and coming on coming. Now, on the other hand, this is one picture painted. On the other hand, in verse number 7, Bhagavan is saying, Yastvindriyani manasa niyamyarabhaterjuna karmendriyaih karma yogam asaktasya vishishyate. On the other hand, yaha tu, this tu means different from the previous verse. There are some people who, on the other hand, yastu, manasa indriyani niyamya, keeping the senses under one's control with the mind and intellect means thoughts. Using the thoughts, the authority of the understanding, one is able to keep or subdue the senses, and with those controlled senses, one starts working in the world. Arabhate, undertakes actions. But what kind of actions? Karmendriyaihi karma yogam. Using the organs of action, he undertakes this karma in the spirit of karma yoga. Means he performs his duties with the spirit of offering to, dedicating to something greater, higher. This kind of karma yoga, when one performs, karmendriyaihi karma yogam. And how does one perform? Asaktah, without attachment. Saktah means attached. Asaktah means without attachment. So without attachment, when one undertakes duties in the spirit of dedication to a higher altar, with his senses under the control of his mind and intellect, such a person, saha vishishyate, such a person excels, succeeds. So one side, he said, he's a foolish person, he doesn't succeed, and on the other side, here, one who succeeds. So what is the secret of success here? First, he gives the secret of failure. Then he said this is the secret of success. Means what? That it is not inaction at the physical level that is the secret of success. That is actually a formula for failure. Secret of success is active life. But internally, the senses and mind are under control. That is secret of success. So outside when you see, The jnani is also a great person of knowledge, also is working all the time. Puja Gurudev used to get up early in the morning. Sometimes some people used to say, Gurudev, I know, can I get coffee for you? Okay, sure. At what time? At 4 a.m. 4 o'clock, they would get the coffee, hot cup of coffee, and they'll go there thinking that they'll have to knock the door and wake Gurudev up and all. He would be already at his desk, showered and ready, at his desk writing letters at 4 a.m. Continuously meeting people every day, at least 70, 80 letters every day he used to write. We can't send 70, 80 emails in one day. He used to write with the envelopes, stamps, everything, and daily mail. Wherever he went and stayed for a few days, that post office people knew, because they would get royal, they will give royal treatment to whoever goes to post his letter, because so much of business nobody gave. Every day, close to 100 letters, he used to write every day. So that would take a few hours in the morning. And after that, classes, of course, he used to teach wherever, whenever. And apart from that, so many meetings, so many counseling sessions, meeting individuals, meeting groups, meeting families, going here, there, everywhere, traveling, all this, so much of action outside. But somebody asked Gurudev, Gurudev, so much you have built such a big empire called Chinmaya Mission. What will happen to it after you? He said, Narayana started it. If he wants, it will continue. Completely asakta, unattached. So we find that there are such great masters who lived a very, very active life, but internally things were completely under control. This is the secret of success. This is the formula. Not appearing to be actionless, but inside all mental actions are happening. So lots of turbulence is there in the mind. Mind is constantly agitated, constantly bound by so many things, so many desires. So here, this picture of two different kind of people, and both these kinds of people are we can be. So where do we belong, and where do we want to belong, and where do we want to progress ahead with? This exactly here Bhagavan has clearly laid down that it is the karma is not to be given up. Only thing is karma has to be done in the spirit of dedication. The duties are not to be given up. So what change has to be made? Internally, things should be under control. My mind, my senses, and also unattached. Asaktaha. You ahead also in this chapter itself, he'll say these words Mukta Sangaha, Asaktaha, Asangaha. All these words are repetitively coming in Bhagavad Gita, throughout Bhagavad Gita. So many times it keeps coming. What is this attachment? We say that devoid of attachment, free from attachment, we should do our duties without attachment. What does it mean without attachment? Attachment means, Gurudev has simplified attachment in a very beautiful formula. I plus I want is equal to attachment. I means the ego, I want means the egocentric desires. So, where ego and egocentric desires are there, I and I want is there, means it is attachment. So, even a relationship with a person, it may be a relationship with an object, it may be a relationship with a place or an experience, whatever it may be, where it is all revolving around I and what I want, then it is attachment only. Even a dog, pet dog. Why do you get the pet dog? Huh? For the joy of the dog? A dog doesn't have any joy just by licking our feet. What dog will get? Dog is very happy freely roaming around. No, I want, and I will chain him. I will put a collar around his neck. I will take him for a walk. And that dog gives me a dignity and status in society. Based on the dog, people's, you know, so they walk. Dog. If it's a big dog, more. Small dog, okay, normal. No dog, I don't want to go only for a walk. No status only in social status is not there. Why? No dog. Dog determines my social status. I want. Fine. And then I want to play with the dog when I want to play. Do I ask the dog, are you in a mood to play? What your mood? My mood. I want to play. Come on, get up, play. Or throw the ball. Fetch, fetch, fetch. It is saying, I am not in a mood to play. Huh? What is this? You should send him to the trainer. A trainer will have, teach him. Go and. So I want. And when I am not in a mood, that time the dog comes wagging its tail and wants to play. And that time, go away, take him away, tie him away. I don't want him. Why? What is this relationship? It is I and I want. Means it is complete attachment. And that is why the dog can make us dance. Because based on its behavior, what is getting affected? I and I want is getting affected. That is called attachment. Where the other in that relationship can make me dance. Same with people also. The people, that relationship with people also, when it is centered around me and my wants, my desires, how I want it to be, or what is me in that relationship, that becomes more important. Then that is also a attachment, relationship of attachment. What I want out of this relationship, what I want out of that person. I am the center. According to me, this relationship should proceed. So then that is a relationship of attachment. With things also it happens. It may be a non-living thing, but with that also we have a relationship of attachment. My TV, my phone, I and I want. So I charge my phone. Why? Because a phone wants charge. I want charge. I want that should be charged. Why? So that I can use it as per my wish. Do you ever think that poor phone, it also needs some rest? Let it go to sleep for some time. रात को उसको ऑफ करके रख दो थोड़ा. पूज्य गुरु जी, he's such great masters, from their life only. It is not just the classes, outside classes we learn more. He would say, he would give his phone sometimes. He would say, इसको भूख लगी है, थोड़ा खाना खिला दो. Means battery is drained, now charge it for some time. इसको भूख लगी है, खाना खिला दो. Sometimes he would say, in summers and all, he would say, अरे कब से गोल 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 घूम रहा है, उसको थोड़ा आराम दे दो, बंद कर दो. It's just, we may say it is a silly things, what is there, what does it mean and all. See, it is a way of looking at things. When you look at things from the other side also, then it is no more an attachment. Then if the fan doesn't work or if the phone doesn't work, it is not affecting me. I am not dancing to its tunes. ठीक है, नहीं काम किया, good, then let it be. Like I have my moods, they have their moods, doesn't matter. So to be able to be more considerate, but that if it is not there, it is complete attachment. I am the center. And unfortunately, as human beings, we are supposed to be the mature, crown of creation, crown of creation. What does crown of creation mean? To be mature elder brother of creation, we should be like that. But we have made ourselves as the center of creation. That the whole creation is for my sake. And I exploit everything. We have exploited the earth so much. After getting tired, there is a Dharti Mata, Mother Earth. Then what happens? That Mother Earth, she also has a limit to bear with our atrocities. At some time, she just little bit she shakes, little bit, just to adjust herself. She doesn't have any grudge against us, but too much of pain, so she just shifts a little. Dhad, 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 so many buildings fall. What happened? Earth was just adjusting herself. Because of what? Because of our atrocities. Why? That's a relationship of attachment. And in our culture, what was the relationship? A relationship of worship. The mother is worshipped. When we put our feet on the ground, before that, in the morning, we pray that, oh Devi, please forgive me that I am putting my feet on your head. Padasparsham kshamasva me. Please forgive me. So, this kind of, so this is called attachment. When we understand this attachment, here is saying asakta, the one who is performing actions, his duties in the spirit of karma yoga, that is dedication to a higher altar, without any attachment, means that action is not for my sake. That action is because it is supposed to be done. That is the spirit. Or it is for the sake of the benefit of everyone. That spirit, and that is what is being explained in the subsequent verses. So, who is the person who really can succeed? A karma yogi, who is living a very active life, even in the Upanishads. Upanishads, there are words that indicate a man of realization, and that is saying Atma Kridaha, Atmaratihi. He is reveling in himself, but Kriyavan is very active. He is not sitting somewhere as a recluse, I am not going to do anything. No, he is active. Puja Gurudev, when he was a journalist, he had this, notion, like many youngsters, that these sannyasis are good for nothing. They do not produce anything, they do not contribute anything, and therefore they are a burden on society. So he felt, what is this? And he came from the land of Kerala. Kerala, Inqilab Zindabad, Hamari Mange Puri Karo. Communist thought. So everyone should contribute, everyone should, and in a way that we understand only. That's all. That is only contribution, no, nothing else. Now, for our good fortune, Gurudev went to Swami Shivananda Maharaj to check out that, let me go and find out these people's, indulgent, burdensome life, and I'm going to expose all these people. He went and saw Swami Shivananda Maharaj. He felt that this sannyasi is one who is living a life more active than a householder also. And a householder is only taking care of his own family. Here he is taking care of so many families, so many disciples, so many patients, so many people. He saw Swami Shivananda Maharaj so active in so many seva projects and teaching and singing bhajans and all these things. He saw all the activities, morning to evening. All these sannyasis are so busy. He felt that all my myths have been busted. And that's when he made a statement. I came here to expose a sannyasi, and finally succeeded in exposing only one, and that was myself. That's why he said, I also want to become a sannyasi. Why? Because I also want to live this active life. Because if I am attached to one particular thing, then I will not be able to live a glorious life. If I leave that attachment and accept the whole world as my family, that is when real active life, that is called karma yoga. Where I don't have my selfish desires, I am doing it all for the community with a attitude of dedication to the whole world. So, what is to be done? How it is to be done? All that is following. So far, Bhagavan has said what? Yes, there is a twofold path. But perfection is achieved not by giving up actions. And even otherwise, there is no choice of giving up actions. Act we must. But if we just give up actions and only brood over sense objects, that is going to only destroy us. If we, on the other hand, live an active life with the internal climatic condition conducive for a spiritual growth, that is what will lead us to success. Now, what is to be done? Please tell me now. So, here in the next verse, Bhagavan is talking about what kind of actions should one perform. Verse number 8. Niyatam kuru karmatvam कर्मज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः. What is to be done? So he is saying, Tvam niyatam karma kuru. Niyatam karma. Niyatam karma means that which is ordained, obligatory actions. That which is your duty, you have to do. Now, this duty also has to be understood properly. What does duty mean? Duty is always related to who I am. The understanding of my role will lead to the understanding of my responsibility. That is why always these two words are used together, roles and responsibilities. Who I am, when that is clear, then what I should do will be clear. Because it is always based on my identity or my relationship that duties are determined. What am I supposed to do? So, okay, who are you? Okay, I am a son or daughter. Then you have to do these things for your parents. I am a citizen. Then you have to do these things for your community or nation or whatever. I am a friend. Then you have to do these things for your friends as a friend. So duties are not independent of my identity. So identity and role clarity is required so that this action clarity comes to me. So niyatam karma. So whatever role I am playing, all the ordained actions for that role have to be done. And it is very interesting. If we make a list, we should try and do this exercise. I have done this. This exercise of list down what are the different relationships I have with different people, places, things in this life, whatever, in the past so many years. What all relationships do I have today, this day? List down everything. Like even if my parents or grandparents or great grandparents, they are deceased also, but they are my ancestors. So I am in the lineage, I am in the family. So that also is my relationship. My relationship with people known, very well known, sometimes unknown strangers. I have relationships. I have relationship with places. I have relationship with things. If we make an exhaustive list, it is almost an unending list of relationships. And when we make this relationship list, in other words, it is identity list. What is my identity? A son or a daughter, husband or a wife, father, mother, brother, sister, whatever. All these relationships I list. Then, if we reach a state of chalo, isse zyada I'm not able to think of more, but okay, these many relationships I have, we'll be at least able to list down at least about 100 relationships we will have. minimum. And for each relationship, then we have to sit down and think, what is my duty? If I am a son or a daughter, what is my duty? What all does it include? What am I supposed to do every day? What am I supposed to do once in a while? What am I supposed to do yearly, weekly, monthly? List down. We will find there is so much of duty. There is no time to even think about anything other than duty. Just one role itself, there'll be so many things. And only based on our understanding. We don't have to refer to any books or anything. What our understanding is today. That much only. If we list down, we will have so many things that we are supposed to do. And this is all our to-do list. And if we do not do it, that is a burden on our head. That is why in some place our Bhagwan Shankaracharya Ji has said that what is tapas? He has defined tapas. That sometimes, we feel very low. What is, I am not feeling up to myself. It's feeling, that low feeling comes when I am not discharging my duties correctly. That is tapas. To be able to perform actions as per my stature in society, whatever my relations are. That is duty. This is called niyatam karma. My duties. And duties can be two types. One is regular, ongoing. Regular means daily, hourly, weekly, whatever. And one is occasional. When an occasion arises, I have to discharge certain duties. For example, somebody is unwell in my home, or a neighbor is not well and that neighbor is staying alone. So it is my duty as a neighbor to do something. So that is an occasional duty that I don't have to do every day. But there are some things that I have to do every day. So like that, if I look at the types of things that I may have to do, there is enough and more to do. There is no end to it. So if we really are focused on duties, there is no time for anything else. There is no time to even desire. I want to do this. There is no time for that. Because duties are taking up all my attention and all my time. And for such a person, it is only such a person who is given work. Because a person who doesn't do anything, already the to-do list is there so much. So that person, उसको काम देके भी क्या होने वाला है? कुछ नहीं मिल रहा, क्योंकि वो वैसे अपना काम भी नहीं कर रहा है कुछ. उसको क्या काम देंगे? The person who works only is given work. By nature, by God. So work will come to only that person. And that is why Puja Guruji said that once very beautifully, that never give work to a person who is free. Give work to a person who is busy. Because a busy person will find out time and do it. A free person anyway is not doing his own work also. So don't give such a person any work. So even if we are living a busy life and then more work is coming, we should feel blessed. Oh, thank you, Bhagwan. You are considering me useful. Otherwise, I am a useless, lazy person doing nothing. That is why Bhagwan says, Niyatam kuru karmatvam karma jyayo hi akarmanaha. Compared to inaction, action is greater. And that action also, performing duties, is the greatest. He's saying, Sharira yatra pichate. Even maintenance of this body, na prasiddheda karmanaha, is not possible by not doing anything. Even maintenance of body we have to do. ये कौन करेगा? इतना काम कौन करेगा? I don't want to do anything. And somehow we have this thing in our head that without doing, if I can get more, then I am successful. Actually, that is not the case. Doing is important even for sustenance of the body. It is inevitable. Without action, even this body cannot be maintained. Little bit of exercise and all is required for everybody. So even to remain healthy, minimum requirement is action. Live an active life. So then what to talk of discharging our other duties? So this is also some, there are these notions about success, that a successful man doesn't have to do anything. He may not be obligated to do anything, but he will do something or the other. Otherwise, it is as good as death. So actions are inevitable, actions are necessary, has to be done. You saying, and then if actions are necessary, then duties are the actions that we have to perform. Sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyet akarmana. Without working, even body cannot be maintained. So it is very, very important to act. Earlier also Bhagavan had said, Mate sangostu akarmani. May you never get attached to inaction. Here also he is saying karma jyayo hi akarmanaha. Karma is superior to inaction. Therefore, act. And niyatam kuru karmatvam. You do duties, your obligatory duties, your ordained all actions. That is what you need to do. So here Arjuna has been advised to perform duties. Okay. Now I perform duties, let us say. But sometimes what happens that what stops me from performing duties, laziness and all is one thing. I say, no, I am not lazy. But there is a fear also. What is the fear? That even while performing duties, I may get bound. There is a possibility of getting bound. There was this man who was a witness to an accident. There was an accident and he was just nearby. So the police took him for inquiry, interrogation. Said, okay, tell me, what is, how far away were you from the site of the accident? So he said 10.34 meters. He said, how can you know, how did you know exactly to that point? He said, I measured it. So why did you measure? He said, I knew that two fools will come and ask me this question. Therefore, I already measured and kept. How far were you? How will one person know how far is one person standing from that? But then, acha, you are the 10 meters away. Okay, now you tell me, what was the facial expression of that driver when he was driving? Was I there standing there looking at the facial expression? But then you are a witness, you have to come to the court each time, whenever there is a session. Now he said, उससे अच्छा तो no, I should not have been a witness only. उससे I don't want to help you at all. I am going. Why? Good karma also, duty also, but I get bound. What about that? This is something, this fear of getting bound is something that always keeps us away from even performance of duty. If I do this, I'll get stuck. I'll get bound. I will have to do it again. I will have to do this repeatedly. I have to do regularly. So all these things. And sometimes even people, very funny, even for rituals, people say this. We don't do puja in our house. Why? Because if we do once, no, it is said that I have to do every time. But every time, okay, don't do, but at least once you do. No, that's why we are not doing only. We will never do puja. Otherwise, I'll have to do again and again. What is the logic? But fear that I have to do again and again. And if I don't do, then the wrath of Bhagwan and he will open his third eye and he will be destroyed. This is all theories we like and we believe all these things. But something logical in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, I don't believe what is there 5,000 years ago, this is not right and all. But such kind of silly things they will say that Bhagwan will open his third eye and not destroy you and burn you into ashes if you don't do this, or if you look here and look there. That all we will all follow, because such kind of sensationalizing things we love. That is why we will ask, we should put moong dal or urad ki dal. That is a problem. Anyway, so karma, say yes, karma, niyatam karma, yes, duties also I will do. But then, what is the guarantee I will not get caught? What is the guarantee I won't get bound? Is there a way? So he's saying that what to do I have told you. But yes, there is a possibility of getting bound. But how not to get bound? That will depend on how we perform the action. That will depend on what is the spirit, what is the attitude with which the action is performed. Because even good karmas can bind. It is possible. For example, there is a temple in South. There, when we go around the temple as pradakshina, on the path of pradakshina itself, they have a mortar and a pestle. And in that they put that rice, and you have to beat the rice. So that beaten rice poha is taken as and offered to the Lord, and it is given as prasads to everyone. So this rice, the beating of that rice with that heavy mortar and pestle, that is a seva. And from sunrise to sunset, it has to go on. And the rule is you should not put that down in the day. So morning, if you start, then another devotee comes, you hand over, hand over, hand over, and after at sunset, then it can be put down. That is the rule. So this man, lot of Josh, that bhakti attack, he went there, and he went on the pradakshina. Was intrigued. What is this? What is this? What is this? And no, this is the seva, so special seva. Oh, what? And then this will be offered to the Lord. Yes, I want to do. I want to do. Give me, give me, give me. That person said, I have just taken. Wait for 2 minutes. Let me do little bit. And he was chanting the name of. No, no, no. Give me, give me. You can do later. He pushed everyone away. He did. I will only do. There were so many people who are coming. Give me for some. No, no, no. I want to do. I want to do. I want. So then people felt that he is not going to give, so let it be. So everyone went. Now, afternoon time. The pujari also closed the temple and went. Now nobody is there. That time now slowly his hands started aching. He's doing, looking here, there, anywhere. Nobody, because now pujari is also gone. Now the temple is closed. Nobody is going to come now. So for some time Bhagwan is also resting, and he is going on and on and on. So he said, no, I can't put it down also. What to do? Just looking here, there, here, there. And suddenly after some time, one man to distance, he was walking and was going somewhere. He said, hey, come here, come here, come here. I said, what happened? Do you know this seva? Said, yeah, I know. I did it in the morning. Oh, you know, this is the very auspicious time. If you do it now, you will get moksha directly. Really? Yes, yes, take this. And ran. Bhagwan seva. But that is also sometimes a bondage. When it is attitude with which we do. The action itself cannot bind. It is our attitude, our motive, the way we perform, the spirit in which we perform, that alone binds. And what is the attitude where we can be sure that actions, our duties will not bind us? That is the secret is given in the next verse, which we will do tomorrow. So for this secret, please do come and ask others also to come. Very special secret is coming. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.